Hi, beautiful people. Um, Number 3 of the set of dreams that I've had over the last week or so. Um, this one, I was on a hill, and the hill had there was an apartment, right? And I was in the building, and it had a patio window, right? One whole side, and there was a patio outside. It was wood, and I noticed that the walls were white. Um, and on the patio there was a screen door and the patio door, and it was nighttime. And I was there, and in the living room there was the kitchen over here, there was the door to the outside, and then it was like a living room and slash kitchen area. I assume the bedroom was in the back because there was a door there. You know, I didn't go down there, and I looked out, and I heard this meow, 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 and there was cats, but there were kittens, right? And I was like, one was gray, one was a tabby, like white and orange. There was another one that was all gray, and they were outside, and they were like scratching at the screen door or whatever. And I noticed the screen door was a little bit bent. I'm like, oh, that's really weird, right? And a couple of them were inside, a couple of them were outside. So I opened the door, and I thought, here, guys, you want to go outside? You know, do your business, whatever else kind of thing. Even though cats will go in a litter box, but they'll go outside too. I mean, that's how it is. Anyways, so I let 2 of them out. One of them came in. The other one kind of didn't really want to come in. I think it was the gray one, you know, and I said, hey, come on in. You know, it's cold outside. It was really cold. It was windy. It was dark. You know, there wasn't a whole lot of lights or street lights or anything else because it was on a hill. And tried to get him in. He kind of hissed and growled at me, kind of wanted to swat and snap at me, which kind of reminds me of the tiger dream, you know, tiny little tiger kitten. They're so cute. So at first he was reluctant. Then I finally picked him up and said, look, you know, you need to come in. And so then all the cats came in, and I closed the door. And I looked out in the distance, and I saw thunder and lightning and these rolling clouds, dark clouds coming in. I'm like, man, you guys need, I'm good I brought you in, because that storm looks pretty intense, right? Then all of a sudden I hear the door open up behind me. And I was like, okay, I'm not really expecting anybody, right? I turn around, and it's my dad. Now, my dad passed away a few years ago, right? And I don't really think about him too much. You know, I remember him on birthdays and Father's Days like that, you know, but I don't grieve and mourn him. I did for a while. I'm past it, you know, and I don't dwell on it because he's no longer in the land of living, right? So, in a sense, can I change his situation? No, right? Some people think you could pray for them, but it's like you get one life, and then, you know, man's appointed life, and then it's stand before God at the throne at the resurrection. Anyways, the weird part to me was, like, a few days ago in my sleep, I heard him call out my name. He said it once, right? And it was loud, and it woke me. It didn't wake me up, but it woke me up in the sleep, if you know what I mean, right? I'm dreaming and everything else, and I'm not awake. I'm still sleeping, but I hear his voice, and he calls out my name. He goes, Paul, right? And it was like with an urgency kind of thing. And it's like, okay, I haven't heard my dad's voice in years. So it startled me. I go, yeah, here I am, you know, what? You know? And then I'm like, is that you, Lord? You know, using my father's voice in the sense of that it would be a familiar voice to me. It wouldn't scare me. You know, it startled me. But nothing else came of that. And then I had this dream where he's walking into this apartment, you know, and he's got like this a robe on, like, I wouldn't say Hugh Hefner, but it was kind of like it was silk kind of color, and he had PJs, but it was open. And his hair was, he had black hair, and it was dark, and he was younger. And I was like, okay, he died when he was 90, right? And gray hair and balding and everything else. So he was younger. And I'm like, Dad, I'm so glad to see you, right? You know, I said, come on in, shut the door, you know, and I went over to the kitchen, and I'm looking through the cupboards, let me make you some coffee. I don't know why coffee, right? I mean, I like coffee, and he drank coffee, but, it, you know, whatever, right? And I'm looking, and he's like, hey, it's the top left middle cabinet, and you'll find it there. I'm like, okay, open it up, bingo, there's coffee. I'm like, how did he know, right? He's never been to this apartment, as far as I knew in the dream. And so I pulled it out, you know, and then I woke up. The storm, young kittens, cats, my dad, and then, you know, hearing his voice. I don't know if this is just a dream for me. If there's anything that you guys see in it, put it in the comments. You know, all I know is time is short. And maybe that's why, you know, I'm seeing my dad, the storm, the lightning, the thunder, you know, young animals. I don't know. Anyways, love you guys. Make good choices. Choose your salvation today. Jesus, Yeshua, is the way, the truth, and the life. No one comes to the Father but by him. No other name under heaven by which a man can be saved. And I'm reading Jeremiah. And he says he's going to pour out his Spirit. And he says whoever calls on his name shall be saved. So, Jeremiah 29:11. He has the best plan. He has the best in store for us. So, choose him as he's choosing you. Love you guys.